So I saw this thing today. I've actually started it yesterday and finished it today. It's called Islam, the Untold Story by Tom Holland, not Spider-Man. Apparently to promote his book, The Shadow of the Sword. I think I tried reading The Shadow. I stopped because the facts became about Tom, forgivable, if we confess it, but we never do. Here, he, Tom, no, not Spidey, terrific storyteller. His sentence is original. He is, like Glenn Lowry, a person I greatly respect, very respectable, as one should find all those one disagrees with to be. The rest just need a hug. This, by the way, truly is philosophy. I recommend the video on YouTube. It's beautifully shot, and he mopes charismatically throughout, scowling while traveling with and listening to Bedouin, who display their believable blind faith in Muhammad and Allah. This is very illuminating in a visceral sort of a way. The Bedouin are very ancient. His premise is that they invented Islam, that its blind buddy faith is Arab, not Allah. Which is an interesting notion. This is writ somehow as criticism, though they were all invented, all the religions. They were all good stories, are all good stories. I wonder sometimes what Achilles would have made of the Quran if he could read. Probably too authoritarian. The faith in the stoned eyes of the Bedou was very masculine, utter, unquestioning. Something in that story doesn't need a priest, a confession, or a virgin birth. It is brute and beautiful in a way. Only one way, like men like it. Though I am no sophisticate, I like many ways. These men do not. It is their immense charm, and they have no choice. The culture is uniform, like the monotheisms do, one good, one way, like the old ones do, tend to do, and we all like that. We do, probably natural to the desert. On he goes, Tom inevitably asking questions, provoking conclusions, but reaching none. Very clever that, very Oxford. But the story finally is about Islamic terrorism, ISIS, Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, etc. I knew it was coming, and it is worth asking how this happens. It is worth asking how this happens, how humans get there. I wondered how the Gilbert Goons got there. Affluent kids in Gilbert, Arizona. He doesn't say here, he wiggles, very Cambridge that, but it seems that the Arab conquests and 20th century terrorism are joined at the hip of his inquiry, that the conquests and the Arab behavior since are evidence of a strange and depraved civilization, one that commits terrorism, except they didn't up until. I do not disagree. All I have is the handful of Arabs I have met and history to demur, scant evidence, but I didn't ride a camel with the Bedouin and a passel of foregone conclusions pretending to be thoughtful. He seems to say the great mathematics, medicine, holding and translating of the Greeks, etc., all were Bedouin, Arab. Now that is an interesting thought, which it is an interesting thought. My only caveat: will he connect the colonial project, Manifest Destiny, and the Inquisition to the Holocaust and Hiroshima? Will he? I'm not sure which sect of the one God religion is worse. I hate and love all three in the flesh, but I haven't Tom's conviction that one is superior to t'others, or the two joined against the one. It is interesting, by the by, since the start of the, quote, age of adventure, the story Tom tells has been told often. They are savages. They rape people. Then they eat them. Suicide, bombing, and ISIS behaviors are hideous, the worst. I agree. I am only wondering if the bomber over Japan is a better person than these savages. Is it his clean shirt after his killing, his home address? Or does the tribe take the rap? Tom is above the skin color level of racism. He just has a superior way of killing. I just have to stand aside here as another one bites the dust. I wrote a letter to a friend here. He didn't understand a word I said. I couldn't wave a flag for him, show her a graduation ring. It seems I've never even been here. But here I am. Oh, here I am. I grew up without a God. I don't sing a tribal song. I see no one above the fray. My heroes are all gone. I do not miss them one little bit. They did their works and went. The dreadful drone of anthems leave me here, leave me to the cold and wind. Can I love my fellow fellows when they love to hate? They do not know themselves at all, are lost without this hate. Why should I try? I cannot help, I cannot penetrate. My fellow fellows lurk in shadows until they get to hate. Go find your grievance in your jungle, hunt him in your fog. Grieve your grievance on TV where everyone can watch. Your cries of persecution are screaming in my sleep. Your selfish specialness disqualifies complaint. Glenn Greenwald, quote, "If your tribe is attacked, you will feel rage against the other who attacked them," end quote. And if your tribe is everyone, I guess you rage against the one being unjust, one or t'other. It is strange that the big tribe people are the heretic always. It is this simple. For both the tribal person and the thing that I am a tribalist, just a bigger one. If you are what or who Glenn describes, you are by definition racist. Your group is more important to you. Is this natural? If it is, we are all racist, possible if not actual. You may be, I don't know, a tribalist who doesn't believe your tribe is superior, but it might not make any difference in racial terms. If you are white, for instance, in Europe or America, you will run the show. The government, businesses, and you could honestly say you prefer to hire your own, not because you are racist, you don't believe the Syrian is incapable, you just prefer to work with your own. This reads to me as cowardice more than racism. That your tribe has bred a coward. This is to me a deficient tribe. Englishmen abroad, English women, children of one of the biggest colonizers, exploiters, and conquerors ever, often write, and lucky me, they write in English. They often express, these writers, some amazing things. T.E. Lawrence, John Masters, Sir Richard Burton, Bruce Chatwin, Mary Renault. Very interesting people become to me great persons, not because of their escapades or their creations, but because they become larger. It would be very hard, it might be very hard, it might not be, to find contemporary examples. The famous ones are rare. I have, as it happens, a cousin who lives in Africa with an African wife and children. There is something about him. He remains very English, but something. It might be a credit to his British tribe that he achieved this, something. I don't know him very well, but it furthers my point. If your tribe rages at all others and automatically against those who did you wrong, it is a weak tribe. If you belong to this tribe, you will see other tribes everywhere, all threatening yours. Before airplanes and global economy, these tribes may have seemed mighty. They weren't. A quick read of Herodotus and Xenophon, whose name brought us xenophobia, and you will see typical Greeks very much admiring the other. The racist tribe or culture is a weak one. It will produce weak persons, cowards, out of date in ancient Greece and out of date today. I know this will seem back to front to most of you, understandable. My own culture has told the opposite story, that we are strong, that Englishmen are strong in their history, their ruling of the waves and the big chunks of the planet for several hundred years, and that this domination means strength. This take prevails. I say that this civilization is weak and has created weak members on so many levels. Almost laughable in their obviousness. We are addictive, fat, lazy, generally speak one language, and so rigid of mind that in 500 years of dominance we have reduced the planet to a wheezing state, created the machines of our own annihilation, killed ourselves and other species in unprecedented numbers, and are absolutely hopeless and helpless in the face of these terminal realities. We are like the people of the God of our tribe, likely to disappear by fire this time, maybe because we wait on him to fix everything while fires burn all over the world. This is us.